Getting back, you just get a better appreciation for life. You get a better appreciation for what it really means to be an American, to be in the United States, to have the things that we have. When you go somewhere else and you see how unfortunate people are living and what kind of environment and how they're getting by compared to what you got. And it really makes you, take stock of your life and what you got going on.
I volunteered to go, and I went from January of '08 to July of '08. And I served in Baghdad in the international zone.
I was deployed to Baghdad, Camp Victory Baghdad for most of the time. For a part of my time I was forward deployed with the British 7th Armored Brigade down to Basra.
I had never had the opportunity to go to Iraq, and I felt it was pretty important to do that before I retired. So I talked to my family about it, and they supported it.
Essentially, I was the Brigade Electronic Warfare Officer for the 16th Sustainment Brigade. We did the logistics convoys across northern Iraq. We provided the electronic warfare protection for those convoys, protecting the convoys against RCIEDs.
I was working over at the Combined Joint Operations Center right there in Kabul, Afghanistan. I got to work with the electronic warfare officers and ASOC, some special controllers, special operators. So I got to go ahead and get a lot of operational experience and see what they did and how they affect the battlefield. So it was pretty good deal.
Dozens of American bombs and missiles rained down on only a handful of Iraqi leadership targets.
You hear a lot of it on the TV and on CNN and that type of thing, but until you actually get into it, it's a completely different world. I mean, your eyes are wide open. You're looking at everything. And I actually had the opportunity when I went out on the convoys to be the gunner. So I was up there outside the turret with a 50 cal, and it was an experience for sure.
There's a lot of focus put on the international zone. The one thing that I do want to highlight is that the workload there and the pace of the workload is just nothing like I've experienced before. It's literally 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is something that you have to commit to. You have to pace yourself, otherwise you can get burned out.
There's one thing I definitely recommend to anybody who deploys is, find a diversion. Whether it's, something so simple as that, playing guitar at church, or getting with your buddies, watch a DVD. You're working so hard, and you may not realize it, but if you don't find that diversion, just something to break up the routine, I think, anyway, you will start to go a little crazy.
It's very interesting because it's a combined joint operation. So you're looking at all 51 NATO countries, the different militaries and the way they operate compared to how we operate and how it all comes together.
That joint perspective and understanding how other services work and the different cultures and that type of thing, I think that was probably the most beneficial part of that.
And kind of getting a reassurance of our U.S. military and how we operate.
You will have ups and downs while you're there, but you just got to continue and keep moving on because people are counting on you.
I'm humbled by the experience. I'm glad to be back, and hopefully we'll stick around in America for a little while before we have to go back again. So, see what happens.